What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, episode 5. We've been kind of tinkering off and on. Got the back deck started. Gonna do something a little different today. Normally we do the interviews on the phone and then try to do the hyperlapse, but I actually got the professional camera out today. I got the Canon R up there working hard for us, and gonna see if I remember how to edit a time lapse. I hate Photoshop. Or Adobe Premiere, whatever. I hate it. But we'll try to up the production just a little bit. And yeah, that gives me the one-on-one as well as the time lapse. And yeah, so today we got to finish this back deck. And we're going to break some lids today. Now, I hate lids. I love them because they're an awesome finishing touch. And once they're built, they're awesome. But getting there, cutting all that sheet, and like it has to be precise cut, and then it has to be bent precisely. Then it has to be welded nicely to make a nice crisp, clean look to it. So that's what we're after, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys how to do that in this episode. So, hey, that's enough talk. Let's get started. I've got to do some framing back there. We're going to do like 6 lids today. And yeah, man, let's make some sparks fly. Let it, bang, bang. Well, guys, everything going fairly decent. If you haven't figured it out, the 2 heavy-duty straps that we're doing there and there and there and there is because we're using 3/4 pin seat bases. And those need something very substantial to bolt to, so we just went ahead with 1x2 rec, spanned it. Not only provides structural integrity, but we'll make sure that seat base never flexes no matter how big the rider is. Both sections, this will be to get to our lower area down here, and then we're going to have a mount a seat here, of course, on a lid, but this lid will actually open back this way to be able to get underneath here and underneath there on both sides. So by dropping this bench down, it obviously allows to be able to mount a 3/4 pin seat base and be comfortable, but as well as be able to remove the seats and put them up here, in case a guy wanted to bowfish off the back or even rod fish off the back, you can do that. So the only thing we've got left to do is this back area right here, and still kind of kicking it around because it's something a little different. As you can see, there's a slight drop in elevation. Okay, I don't know what the drop is, maybe 1.25 inches, something like that. It's just enough to make things difficult. But what we're going to attempt to do is make a lid that covers this, and we can hinge it right here to be able to utilize that space. Now, both sides, have a drain hole, and that tray, kind of drains itself on both areas. But I want to be able to make this deck as big as possible, so we want to utilize this space. It's just going to be slightly difficult. We're going to have to figure it out. So that lid's going to be pretty complicated because this triangle here, we want it to touch and ride right there, but that also loses elevation. So it's going to be a trip to try to get that done. And then maybe you lost me on the time lapse there, but what I was building earlier is actually a battery tray. So we got a crossbar there. There's a battery tray big enough to hold 4 batteries. Okay, And then right up here on the side, we'll have our our battery disconnect, and then all of our wires will run right around the corner and right through that bottom corner right there. And then, like we said earlier, we'll run all our power wires and steering cables through this section and make a cap, kind of a kick rail or a tow rail right down there to cover that up and get all our power and steering capabilities to the front. So, all right, guys, we're gonna cut this one short today. I spent a lot of time thinking about this rear end of this boat. I really wanted as much level space as possible, and I wasn't for sure how I was going to go with this kind of tail, that most factory boats have. But here's what I come up with. I bent a pan and then tapered it out, so it's going to be a lid. All right, so let's see if I can do this with one hand. It'll hinge just like that. Have your little storage area right there. I'll drill a hole in the top of it for the nav light to poke through. But that's a nice clean look, and it almost doubles the length of the rear deck. So got us another one built over there. See if I got enough room in the shop to get a wide angle here. But yeah, so we're gonna have a square tail now instead of a tapered tail. More useful real estate on the back deck is always a good deal. So, yep, let's get out of here. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed the build. Tomorrow, when you come back, we're gonna work on some lids. But I just like to remind everybody that I am all over social media. Okay, so Instagram, you've got @WhiteRiverRambo, @The Outdoor Mentors. Facebook is @DustinApple, and @White River Rambo Customs has a new page that just started here not too long ago, as well as I'm on TikTok. So hit me up, check me out. Current builds, things that I've done in the past, and a little playtime in between. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. I really appreciate that. There's the playlist. That video right there is the most popular video I've ever uploaded. And yeah, there's one more thing that you might like that I created. We'll see you, boys. Let it.